I need to keep myself straight because otherwise you're not gonna see me. Isn't this cute? It was actually a hair clip, but I thought it would work as a brute. It's so shaky. And it kind of looks like someone's grabbing my... Okay, today we're going to, well, just look through some vintage Halloween pictures because it's October and because they're so creepy. Like, I remember I didn't really realize that until I've seen some pictures, and I've seen a couple of films that were sort of, they weren't really Halloween themed, but they had some Halloween elements in them, and I remember seeing those kids and I was like... So, in case you don't know, vintage Halloween costumes and vintage Halloween stuff is really creepy. And I think the reason is because obviously the design and everything back then was completely different. You can actually see that if you watch old cartoons, like 1930s cartoons. And if you see like drawings from the era, you can tell that the characters in them are sort of odd looking. Just the way they look is completely different. So obviously when it comes to costumes and stuff like that and like weird characters and things, it was something completely different. It was normal for them, but it's not normal for us, if I can say so. An example, if you take a picture of a moon, like a drawing of a moon from Victorian era, and compare it to like 1950s. It's seriously creepy. Check out that face. It's just so weird. So obviously everything back then was completely different, and some things when you look at them nowadays are really scary. So I'm gonna give you a tour because I'm a specialist and I'm not scared of anything. I've never been scared of anything in my life. Like, you know, watching horrors, my favorite thing ever. Scary houses and like amusement park, not scary at all to me. You know that little girl from The Exorcist? I have her picture on my ceiling so I can look at her when I wake up. You know, I'm just that kind of person. I don't care about scary things. Like, they don't do anything to me. Like, I'm used to them. My life is scary. So, without further ado, my cat is licking his butthole right now, and I consider that sweet. Am I weird? Let's start with creepy vintage Halloween costume. By vintage this time, I mean sort of late Victorian era to, let's say, 1950s. So, see, this is what I was talking about, okay? Children and masks don't really work well together, for some reason. Just, no. Okay, so the animal masks here are not that creepy. Like, if you look at the cat on the left, or like the elephant or the frog, it's okay. But the like people masks that they have, like, what the hell is this? What is that supposed to be? That's not even man-like. That's what my nightmares are made of. The boy seems to be pretty calm, but that's because they've already eaten his soul. This is not that bad. Like, this is okay. It looks like they just took their parents' clothes, or their parents gave them the clothes, so it's not that bad. Like, I don't know what that was supposed to be, but doesn't look like that. I mean, he kind of looks like an onion, just that that's probably an onion that's been burnt in a horrific accident. I think what's the most scary in those, especially in this one, is that they all stand in a row and they just have their hands loose. They're just like that. Like, if I saw someone like that on the street, like on a dark night, even if they weren't wearing any mask or a costume, you know, that's kind of creeping me out. So I think that's the issue here, apart from extremely racist costumes. Why? Like, why? Why would you do the mask so creepy? I know it's Halloween, but like, come on. The one on the left, like, is that supposed to be like a dead lady or someone? Because that's actually terrifying. Okay, that's actually really cool. I love like vintage skeletons. They're just so hilarious. You know that cartoon with like dancing skeletons and stuff? For some reason they're just really funny. Like, they're not scary at all, they're just stupid. So these are like, this I could wear. If I had a pony or like a horse, I'm on it. Why? Why? Why would you make a mask that looks almost exactly as your face, except it's freaking creepy? I think it was because it was just easy to make a mask. They're probably made out of like paper something. And you know, the lady's still wearing her probably everyday clothes, except she looks like she's a deadly victim of badly done cosmetic surgeries. This is it. Like, I remember watching Meet Me in St. Louis. I was writing my thesis, which was on 1940s historical costumes, so I watched Meet Me in St. Louis. And there was a Halloween scene where all the kids were wearing bags with holes for their eyes and mouth and nose, and I think it was supposed to be cute. Like, I think the reason they wore those outfits is because it was easy and popular in Victorian era, but it's absolutely terrifying, and if you're a parent, don't do that to your kid, because I would probably hit a child like that if you know, if it showed up near me. So for your kid's safety, don't do that. I mean, it is okay, it is kind of cute. Like, if you look at this little guy here, he's kind of like, Mom, where are my candies? But otherwise, I'm gonna have to say no. This is amazing. This is so cool. Oh, this is really cool. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do this. And if you look at their faces, they're just gonna be like, what is life? See, it's all fun and games until you realize that's what the streets looked like if you went out on the Halloween night. I wouldn't leave my house. This is just so creepy. This is really scary. Like, if you imagine small children walking around dressed as witches and ghosts, it all sounds fine in theory, and then you see a picture like this and you're like, well, thank you very much. The thing is, I'm also kind of terrified of witches, like, of all witches. Like, it's kind of funny and it's also petrifying. Like, if you imagine old witches in their, like, caves, and if they're wearing black, that's the worst. Like, I'm seriously scared of witches. Let's move on. These people are probably dressed as clowns, which is kind of hot at the moment. The thing is, you know what's wrong with these masks? Is that they're so deformed. Like, they basically look like someone took the skin off your face and put it on someone else's face, which is not ideal. Let me just say that. See the white sheet? Like, why would you put a white sheet on your children's mouth? If there's any reason other than wanting your kid to shut up, why? Because, like, it's uncomfortable and they're gonna dirty it up any minute. Like, with all the chocolate they eat, it's not gonna stay white. And you know what it's gonna look like when it's all dirty with chocolate. Oh my god, this is amazing! This is amazing! That's not creepy. That's fantastic. I wish I had enough friends to recreate this photo. I'm not sure if that's creepy. Yeah, it looks like a Disney character, but is it creepy? It kind of looks like the big fluffy white guy. This is actually really cool. Like, I really like those pics with, like, groups of friends dressed up for Halloween. It's just so cute. There is nothing scary about Victorian girls in witch costumes. May the witch here is seed bring you a bird of Halloween. Victorian bat costume. This is amazing. This is actually really cool. I doubt it's 1882 though. This is something I adore. Victorian photo manipulations. And they do the same thing on why did I say it like that? What the hell? On films as well. There are some early cinema films where you basically have like skeletons or devils or ghosts, and it's just so cute. It's just so adorable. It's kind of like, you know, Dance Macabre when it's funny and scary at the same time. The hell is this? So at first I thought it's supposed to be a bear. But it says the monster of Honey Island Swamp and his colleagues, Joe Bootleg and sculptor and mischievous Mike, gathered to... Oh crap, what? What is this thing? No, it is just that. Gathered to plot about their next victims. So why do they keep him on a lead though? If it's their colleague. This whole series, it's just so cute. I don't know why, but the way they depicted skeletons and death is just so adorable. Like, there's a whole series of these pictures where the lady is like supposed to be terrified, but you know, she's terrified in a very sophisticated way, so she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. This is what I was looking for. Animals. So here we have possibly a hedgehog and a rabbit. If in the mirror your lover is seen, you'll surely be happy on Halloween. Well, I wouldn't be happy, I would be running for my life. At 12 o'clock you must be ready and hold your pumpkin good and steady, for by its rays of candlelight on Halloween all things are bright. That's the lamest poem I've ever read. Like, it basically says, what does it even say? It's like, on 12 o'clock, hold your pumpkin, because you have a candle inside and it's gonna make some light. There are so many black faces over here, I can't even show them to you. Okay, I hope that doesn't count, because that's basically like a bag. Like, not creepy at all. I'm not freaked out by it. Why would you think so? So, to sum up, there was like a particular style of dressing up for each era. It seems that the late Victorian era and early Edwardian era was less creepy for some reason. I'd say medium creepy. And then something went wrong and people started dressing up children in masks and bags, and this is just the level of creepiness and kind of like, I'm out. But they were like really creative about it. There was also the thing where most of the people made their own costumes, and I think it's something that's getting lost nowadays. Obviously people still make their own costumes, but we buy a lot of elements and we get them online, and back then you just needed some paper to make the mask. You go really crazy with it. And seeing those costumes nowadays kind of gives you an idea of what kind of era that was, how people lived back then, and probably, you know, if in 100 years someone looks at the costumes we wear nowadays, they will be like, oh, so this is what they watched. So this is what they were into. I think it's cool. I think it's cute, and I think it's very informative as well. I need to come up with a new way of framing myself so my brooches are not cut off frame, because like I'm trying to show them off and instead I have to be like that all the time. Okay, well, I guess we'll be ending this now. Why is it always sunny and extremely nice weather when I'm filming a video? And then I'm spending another day editing it when it's still sunny, and then when I finish it starts raining. Anyway, I'm not frustrated at all, and I'm finishing this video. Show them how scary you are. Oh my god, I'm so scary. I'm a mommy. Ooh. You hate me, don't you?